Hello, this is my Designing My Life project where I'll go over the plan for the next 10 years of my life, as well as what I've learned from creative mindsets and how I plan to apply that to my everyday life. In the next 10 years, I plan to have a successful career as either a computer or a mechanical engineer. I plan to have a stable and comfortable living condition, including a very nice place to live in. And I plan to continue and improve on the hobbies that I partake in and enjoy now, such as creative writing. On the road to becoming an engineer, I will continue to pursue my degree while taking the extra steps to ensure that I'm getting the highest education that I can. And I will continue to use what I have learned in the class to be as creatively flexible as possible, both in my personal life as well as in my future career and job that I will get. In my work life, there is a physical office that I work at. While my work can be done at home, I do prefer working in a physical location, just to bounce ideas off my peers as well as to increase productivity that I have. Sometimes I will travel to an outside location to meet with clients and to check that the products that I personally am responsible for handling for are functioning smoothly and properly. I will stay at the office a little longer than one would expect to be at the office for, but soon enough I will head home, just wind down, enjoy myself, and get ready for my personal life. This career will directly contribute to my ability to live safely and comfortably in the future by providing me a constant income to which I can not have to worry about bills and other stuff that may come my way. While I do have to worry about that, I will be able to handle that when they do eventually come. In my personal life, I usually wake up early in the morning, making sure to keep up my personal hygiene, basic stuff such as brushing my teeth. I will eat a very basic breakfast. I'm really not comfortable cooking, even though I may know how to do it. I just usually like doing something that doesn't take long to prepare, just so I can go ahead and get that out of the way. I spend most of my free time that I'm not spending doing work, writing, or just playing video games, doing something that I have a little fun to make sure I'm not stressing myself too hard, and that I am enjoying the time that I can. I don't really go out often. I prefer to stay inside, very introverted. Uh, Save for most family events that I'm kind of forced to go to. Although a friend or colleague may convince me like once or twice a month to go out with them. I don't really vary from this routine, or do I do regularly try something different and new, just to keep some semblance of excitement in my life and make sure I'm not getting myself caught in a rut and stifling myself emotionally and mentally. My hobbies are some of the things I enjoy doing most of the time, just as everyone else that has hobbies. Creative writing is something I enjoy more than anything else in my life. I will be applying the things that I learned about creative mindsets to improve the quality of the works that I create. Just because I think that my writing style could use a lot of improvement. My hope is to one day have a published novel. While this really doesn't matter to my career in the long run, it has always been a dream or a goal of mine to just see a book that I've written or a novel that I've written on a shelf of a library or a bookstore or something like that. Creativity is something that I plan to apply to every aspect of my future life. While I was aware it was important to my academic career as well as my professional career, I was unaware of the effects that it could have on me personally in my everyday life. Divergent and convergent thinking are things that I will very often use in my professional career to ensure that I'm exploring all possible options to find the best one, the most efficient one, and don't fall into a trap of a tunnel vision where I find one that I think is the best and just focus all on that one while not really exploring any other avenues that could potentially be better than them. Creative mindsets are something that I have found really helpful in my just everyday life. Topics such as resilience and convergent thinking are things that came very naturally to me, and I felt as if they weren't something as challenging to grasp as any of the other uh, creative mindsets. However, divergent thinking was something I had a hard time with, mainly because when I was growing up, I wasn't really expected to explore all my options. I was very encouraged to follow a set of rules or a set procedure or a formula. Do this thing to get this answer over and over, and there wasn't really any room for growth or real creativity in that little area I was allowed. My new creative process, or the one that I've adopted after learning about creative processes through the class, uh, it's very basic. I gather as much data and information as I possibly can about a problem or situation that I want to solve. I draw up as many possible routes I can explore, regardless of the downfalls of each avenue or why one might not be as realistic as the others, just so I'm not really limiting myself on what I can create. After this, I write a chart with all the criteria that I want my solution to meet and apply a value to each. That I learned this before. I get rid of the more absurd or unrealistic options, the ones that don't really make sense in the long run. I start exploring all the remaining avenues in more detail, as well as going through all of the different aspects of each avenue. After this, I start to apply the possible solutions to the chart I made prior, giving each solution an overall score, to see how they match up to what I want. Solution with the highest possible score wins, and the 2 or 3 others are kept in reserve just in case something's wrong with the one that I chose in the end, and I want to mix it up or try something else. So this is the process that I plan to use throughout my everyday life, not only in my career and doing all the technical stuff that I will be doing in computer or mechanical engineering, but as well as my everyday life deciding what I should do for a house or living conditions, or even really things that would be seen as unconsequential, something that I can improve on without just going willy nilly with what I think is right at that time and regretting it later on. This will really help me to get the best possible outcome of any situation I'm in and avoid any regret or remorse that may come in the future from this. So this was just my overall project, and this is me signing off. Thank you for watching.